Welcome back. Okay, let's get down to the details of how to engage in job crafting, which we've said before is attunement-informed engagement at work. We took a look at what the definition of attunement is and how to engage in it. And as a reminder, it is not just listening and sensing, it is actually providing that resonating response. It is connecting, but it's also communicating that connection. So it is how we show up. And in that way, engaging at work or job crafting at work is attunement informed engagement. It has three parts. So it starts with need sensing. It moves to offering that resonating response. And then it is about how we show up every day in action, giving to the relationship. These are the three steps of interpersonal relationship attunement, as well as this attunement idea at work through how we're engaging. So what does this mean? In our employment relationship, that need sensing, that can be you're always on listening, but it's really helpful to have a reflection tool like the one that you've been working from that TiER1 provided. That resonating response. This is now that I understand my own needs, now that I've listened to the needs of the organization, how might I reflect back the way that I want to shape this relationship so that we both thrive? That resonating response within the context of work is going to be about talking with your leader, talking with your team, and really listening and asking for feedback about how you're being received and whether or not other people's needs are being met, all within the lens of your own needs and why you're here as an employee and what you need to get out of it as well. Then last, that step of action or giving. This is how we're actually showing up every day at work through our engagement. So let's take a look at each one of these. First of all, let's understand that the first couple of steps here are the way that we connect, and the second couple of steps are the way that we communicate that connection. That's how we fully engage in constant, always-on attunement. So this idea of need sensing, you've had the reflection, and I hope that you've had some great insights from some of the ways that you've answered those questions. Another way to think about this is to just be aware of, to be constantly taking the pulse of your own needs, to deeply understand, to do the work to understand who are you, where do you want to grow, what do you value, are you realizing it? Which of your needs are currently unmet? And how about this one? Do you feel that your organization cares for you? Is that experienced through your leader? What do you need to see and hear from your organization so that you feel understood and valued? Because that's an incredibly important part of being in relationship. At the same time, that's only half of it. That's only understanding you. Attunement is about deeply sensing and understanding who you are in partnership with. And so the organization's needs. These are questions like, why does your org exist? Do you know? Do you know why it exists in the world and what it's trying to accomplish? What does it value? Is it realizing that value through you? Are you providing enough certainly you're providing enough at work. Are you providing it in the way that the organization appreciates? Which of the organization's unmet needs could you attend to? Are you bought into the mission? Can you be counted on? The organization needs to know that you're a person who can be counted on. What does the organization need to see or hear from you so that you're building trust and relationship in each other? Second is about that resonating response. This is literally about coming up with a plan. This is the job crafting. This is thinking to yourself things like, I want to provide my talents and stretch and go and grow in a certain area. I think it would be something that would be of need of the organization and personally fulfilling to me. Those are the kinds of thoughts and decisions that are really healthy to engage in so that you can then talk with your leader, your team, your peers, and steer your own employment relationship, shape it in the way that it needs to be shaped. Job crafting can help us stay attuned to our own needs and the needs of the organization, and ultimately find that winning combination of giving and receiving. Architecting it is the first step, and talking about it to understand and to share your thoughts with others is the second step of that. And that brings us to everyday action, that giving. We said before that employee engagement is about the mindsets and actions that are shown by an employee that impact their organization. It's what you do every day. And it requires both inner work and outer work. in order to show up in a way with healthy engagement that is going to create a relationship, an employment relationship where you both thrive. Inner work is about naming and adjusting the thoughts and emotions that influence the way that you act and behave at work. It isn't easy. It's called work for a reason. Understanding your feelings, naming them and adjusting them is hard work. It is what puts you ahead and what helps you to thrive. It leads to the outer work. It's about showing up with resonating behaviors so that your organization and the people who make up that organization feel that you are showing up in a way that's a gift to them, that you've listened, that you sensed, that you are responding. It's about those behaviors and words so that you're positively impacting others. At the end of the day, you own how you engage, and through that, you influence everything else. And that's in parentheses, but it's really, really important. The first step in changing your employment relationship so that you are personally feeling more fulfilled and happier and healthier so that you are thriving is in taking a step toward giving. It's counterintuitive, but it's true because the way that you give influences the way that you receive, and it influences your organization, who you are in partnership with. And when we get that balance right, we both thrive. You have the power to make your employment relationship healthier and happier. You can engage in healthy listening and communicating to shape the experience that you need, the one where you're more fulfilled, the one where you thrive. So thank you for your time and attention with me here today. I invite you now to talk more about the opportunity of job crafting together as a group.